We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about Mako's side sig. That's right. Boy, do I hear it. Talked about all the time, but yet he's here. He is in top 8 with Mako. We have 2 great choices. He's not doing it with the Mugi. He's not doing it with Jaeyoon. He's not doing it with Macchio. He's doing it right now with
General
Mako.
Grievous. And I will say, I mean, man, it's good drip on Rutsme here as well, right?
Yep.
Going up against Hybrid. Okay, cool. So nice to see Hybrid making it this far in the bracket as well. It's a weird matchup to play Greatsword into the Rocket Lance, truth be told. It has so much horizontal space control, which is something that Greatsword also likes to do, but it's really hard to space yourself properly to get your openers in this. Wow, he just chopped them up with the guitars and said, all right, we back.
He chopped him up. He blended him. He was nicely processed, and now all of a sudden Hybrid is on a second stock, and Rutsme is looking quite healthy. We're going to be sticking on Demon Island. Okay, side light, D-light, not going to be able to get the neutral finisher at the end. Okay, he's just looking for those jump callouts. He's just trying to get into Hybrid's face. Yeah, I feel like, again, both of these weapons, they do control a bit of an awkward space relative to each other.
Nice.
Side light, D-light, Sail Rutsme, I don't think had a dodge. He's just going to be eating that weapon toss. The recovery for the full coverage. He knew that it was enough to be able to KO off the top. Nicely done. Hybrid going to be keeping it as even as possible.
Yeah, Rutsme not really getting a chance to tack on any bits of extra damage there on that stock, but coming back, now we're going to see some of this Qatar gameplay. And we do have Rutsme in the defense stance as well. So I'm just going to have 5 defense on this General Grievous here.
I think I like Qatar into Lance too, right? Because there's like the diagonal space that can be so difficult for Lance to cover, especially if you're like dodging in and you're really staying stacked and on top of them. Lance is just like, hey, get off of me. So Hybrid going to be on the spear now. Not going to be able to get a daily side combo. Rutsme, he loves that N-Sig. That N-Sig sends you at such a nasty angle if it connects.
Yes, and of course you do have that active input as well, so you can pick which side you want to send them, unlike Imugi, who is locked in to a side here. And there we go, that N-Light, and that's that N-Sig we were just talking about. I remember when Mako first came out, everyone was just like, oh my god, this is just better Asuri N-Sig. And then, you know, thoughts about it have changed now, but I think the thing that is undeniable is that it's really good.
It's still an excellent option, especially if they don't have a dodge. That N-Light N-Sig can be such a menacing combo. Hybrid, he is pressing D-Sig because he knows that Rutsme can't do anything about it. Rutsme doesn't even need to approach. He has that stock lead. Why is he going to run into something that's going to end up KOing him? But Hybrid, he gave up a lot of space. Now he eats a recovery. D-Light down air, not going to be able to get a D-Light pick up again. The damage is piling on, and Hybrid cannot get this KO.
Yeah, I mean, really just kind of there it is, the down sig. Go figure, right? I mean, that's the Orion Classic, right immediately after a weapon swap as well, so not giving Rutsme much time to kind of realize what's going on. But yeah, I mean, the Qatars were looking really good into Spear there, but now Hybrid on this Rocket Lance kind of chalking up that down. A ground pound should be enough. We need a D-like ground pound to close it out. No, just a Twinkle Toes into the D-like ground pound to knock things out. And Hybrid securing game 1 over Rutsme.
That entire last stock was just one advantage state. He just called out everything that Rutsme was throwing out, and that is literally the explosive factor that Lance gives you. It is just that kind of a weapon sometimes. So I'm curious to see that last stock play out. And again, leads today just do not matter. It is so difficult for, you know, again, we talked about it last set, we talked about it this one. Greatsword getting back onto stage is tough. That is a tough game to play. Yeah,
no, it's really, like, I think Rocket Lance ground pound, generally for the Rocket Lance players, not that it's necessarily a bad move, but it's definitely not the best ground pound in Brawlhalla. But against a move like Greatsword recovery, like, you're throwing that out and you feel pretty safe. you know, you're not really worried about the retaliation that comes after that. But now Rutsme in a tough spot, trying to get Hybrid. They actually caught him with the second hit of that N-Light bridge. Might have been able to convert into something else, but only able to get the single hits. The side sig doesn't drop for once, but it's still not enough to KO. But you see how far it pushes Hybrid?
Amazing down air.
One more down air.
He was able to catch the down air that Hybrid used to be able to touch onto the stage. He wanted his jumps back. He wanted his recovery back. He wanted his resources back. And Rutsme's down airs were relentless. He did not give it up. He was able to get the stock. And now he's going to be starting something crazy again. The neutral to be able to get back onto the stage. The pivot N-Light didn't find its connection. The D-Light actually going to be coming out. These two are fighting. They are boxing. They are in each other's face.
Oh, this could be bad. Yeah, the weapon throw, the immediate exhaustive recovery coming out from Hybrid. And then we get the dodge read as well, because see Rutsme runs out of stage, so can't convert into the finisher there. But at this point has completely lapped Hybrid. Ooh, gets caught. The D-Light is a beautiful read on the jump option from Rutsme, and Hybrid trying to bring things back is going to go ahead and pick up that Rocket Lance. Rutsme, wow, Beautiful
avoided the
timing.
side light, but that should have been usually the whip punish on it. He's able to get the Ensig anyways.
Hit him.
Look at the angle. He knows the spacing. He knows exactly where he needs to be. The GC side light just gently nudged him over to the blast zone, and now it's 3 stocks to 1. That was just such an optimal punish.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing, right? The moment you get a Rocket Lance player to have to hold their recovery, that's your green light to go, right? You got to throw your weapon. You got to, you know, hit them with an unarmed down air, something to stop them from getting that verticality. And once that's been stuffed out, oh, it's so much easier from there.
It's an execution test. You got to know the blind spot, right? But at the moment, Hybrid, he's trying his best to be able to keep it even. We have seen what his advantage state can do. He was looking through the jump call out with the Lance again. The neutral reset's not going to be able to happen. The down air, he backs off. He almost called out that dodge, but the side air was a little bit too late. The NC comes through.
Again, the double dip, just like that. Rutsme with a massive response to Hybrid in that game number 2. Back-to-back General Grievous N6 to carry him all the way to the bottom blast zone.
What I love about Rutsme's gameplay is that he's not just a great story player, he is a Mako player fundamentally.
Yes.
He uses the signatures exactly the way that they should. He knows the exact positioning for them, and he is not afraid to go on the Katars. I feel like most great story players, they are the specialists. They'll be always tossing it away. He knows when to go for the Katars, and he's just able to get so much mileage off of them. We're not seeing any switches. It's 1-to-1. It's Demon Island. Both of them are so aggressive. Let's see what Hybrid is going to do to be able to adapt.
Yeah, and another thing I want to point out, too, is that Rutsme isn't even using some of the signatures that I think a lot of people kind of know Mako for. One of them being that Qatar down sig, right, where you can kind of control and steer your character left to right, try to make it more safe. And then also, the Greatsword down sig is one of the best signatures in the game, I think. It drops, you know, sometimes, but not nearly as much as the N-sig does. And Rutsme, I don't even think has used it once. Nice catch.
It's going to be coming through again. That is incredible because all that Lance can really do in that position is what? Go for the down air, but this gets below the down air, right? It just kind of avoids the hitbox. So it's just such an amazing way to be able to catch those landings. Okay, backing off, looking for the side light, not going to be able to get it. Hybrid. Ooh. Oh, love that mix-up. I love the follow-up with the N-sig. That was awesome.
Oh, okay. There was a chance there for Rutsme to recover. Ended up using the dodge. I think had he gone for a gravity cancel and Nutrisig, might have been able to get enough carry to get close enough, but you know, I respect the attempt that he went for there to try to hit Hybrid and get a chase dodge. Hybrid now, you know, kind of pushing on forward with this Rocket Lance, but Rutsme once again on these Katars are just proving to be so relentless. The side stick's not going to connect. We go for another N-sig charged as well, and Hybrid just can't seem to gain any space. You can't get the Katars off of him. You got to start using that D-light on the Rocket Lance a bit more.
He gets the N-light, and he almost got the call out of the spot touch, but you know what he needs to do? He just needed to hold it a little teeny tiny bit longer, and that would have connected. The side stick comes through. Hybrid, the neutral air preemptively, just in case Rutsme went out there, but Rutsme, he's playing patient. He's able to get the neutral air, but now how do you KO? He needs that N-light. He needs that recovery, right? The N-light recovery, hopefully a jump call out.
Oh, that should be...
No dodge.
Yeah, it goes right into the N-sig there after realizing that he got the dodge, and Rutsme not going to be able to make it back. Optimal punish coming out from Hybrid.
Yeah, excellent, just as you said, right? So just like that, a Hybrid has taken that lead back for himself. Rutsme now with the great lead. Again, we talked about the difficulty sometimes of actually finding the KO. You have to find the recovery, the down and neutral, but instead swaps over the Katars and just instead slides in with the D-sig.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering when it was going to make an appearance, right? At this point, Rutsme has shown use of every single signature in both the Great Sword and the Qatar kit, making the full use, as you mentioned before, of Mako the Legend, right? And Hybrid having a bit of a tough time trying to stuff it out, but we have a tight battle here. Rutsme goes for a bit of a string here, but a delayed dodge from a Hybrid allows him to get out.
Gets that side light, not going to be able to continue the combo because he was at the edge of the stage. Gets a side light delay once again. He's backing off. He's looking for the opening. He was covering on the ground. He wanted to be able to get the jump call out. He wasn't actually able to bait Hybrid that time around. Hybrid, that's a huge whiff. Look at the position that you're in now. Rutsme, can you do it again? But that hitbox is massive.
Yeah, I love the movement there. The gravity cancel side finisher is not going to be enough. You have to stuff out this recovery. No, we're going to run back and just wait with these Katars. You have enough damage racked up now. They can go for like D-light recovery or N-light recovery, and it'll be enough. You can see the D-light here. Here's the N-light. We wait, and then we respond to the dodge up with a recovery. Rutsme getting yet another game on the board.
You know what he was doing at the edge of the stage though? When he was edge guarding Hybrid, he was walking into the range of side out. and he was walking out. He was walking in, he was walking out. He was just looking to bait it. Last time around, he ended up getting hit by it, and he didn't account for how massive Lance Saito is. But if you're able to bait it, you all know exactly how much end lag it has. He wasn't able to get the dash and D-Light punish that he really wanted.
Yes.
But he still had it. He had the right idea. He knows how to get Hybrid to do exactly what he wants when he's edge guarding him. So we're going to get back to Demon Island. Rutsme is up 2-1 against him right now. This is an amazing, amazing showing for him. But I got to say, Hybrid's advantage state is scary. It is terrifying.
Really good. Yeah, Rutsme, I think, is really doing a great job of beating a Hybrid on multiple beats. One of them is the timing beat, right? When he gets an opening with the Greatsword, deciding whether or not he's going to go for an immediate follow-up into the bridge or delaying and chasing and then waiting for a spot dodge has been somewhere where Rutsme's been able to figure out the rhythm of Hybrid's dodging. So now, we saw in the last match, he went for side light into immediate dash up down sig because he knew he wasn't going to dodge. Here, we got the read again, going for the end sig.
Oh my gosh, what an extension, but that D-Sig, that is a get-off-me option if I've ever seen one. The Saito ends up getting punished that time around with the end light. That's all that Rutsme could possibly do in that position. He is still left without a weapon. Love that. Love that option. Awesome.
Yeah, just enough force on the recovery to go ahead and secure that knockout. That 5 defense is going to be enough to save you there. And Hybrid now using that downlight a little bit more as well. I think that should help him, especially into these Katars, if we can guess right. But wow, the tail end of the active frames are going to tag a Hybrid off the top, and we have a tie battle yet again.
It is so close between these two. They are fighting. They are scrapping. Hybrid besides into the end light comes through. Rutsme with the juggles with the follow-ups. Okay, the D-light not going to be able to get the neutral afterwards. Side light, end light as well. Chase dodging up.
The patience there waiting for the spot dodge. Rutsme in his cabeza right now, but unfortunately does not get the read there with the end sig, which gives Hybrid a chance, and he's taking it as far as he possibly can, but won't be able to do anything else because he throws that weapon, won't be able to contest the Qatar. Oh, what a read coming out from Hybrid there, giving him the big blaster on the end of that rocket lance.
Couple of panic dodges in from Rutsme is what I'm beginning to see now, and Hybrid has been fully capitalizing on it. And this character, this legend, is what lets you do that so well, especially with that insig. He wasn't able to get the GC side light. He was up a little bit too high. Hybrid was down a little bit too low. Is that going to be enough to KO off the side? Not quite. Hybrid, can he make it back onto the stage? The recovery facing to the right. Hybrid ended up crossing up Rutsme and going to the left. He punishes that D-Sig beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, that D-Sig was supposed to be a punish to, I think, like a whip down air or something from Hybrid, but Rutsme just completely misspacing it. Regardless, still able to find the stock. Once again, final stock scenario. This is going to be a set point for Rutsme here if he wants to move on further in the elimination side of bracket. Tournament point here.
That is so much damage that is now piling on Mako as a glass cannon. Right now we're seeing the cannon side of things. Hybrid stuck at the edge of the stage. He tosses out the weapon. He doesn't eat the end sig. Is he going to be able to pick this up? Yes, he does pick up the lance again. He doesn't find the D-light. He gets a huge punish again. Rutsme is piling on the heat.
Oh, careful with the dodge. He got the dodge there. Hybrid can't do anything. He still has the recovery, and Rutsme can't stuff it out because he didn't get a weapon. He had to gravity cancel D-light it there, but one more chance for Hybrid to make it back to the stage. Potentially Rutsme might down sig, might read him going high. Actually, beautiful weapon throw coming out from Hybrid. Needs to get it, goes for the end sig again, and gets caught by the recovery. That's going to be Rutsme moving on further into this top 8, securing at least guaranteed 5th place.
Incredible.
And knocking out Hybrid out the tournament.
So, my first question is, when is that dodge? What happens to that dodge? Because end light from Qataris, of course, into the recovery is not a true combo. That's usually how they set up those KOs. So, I want to go ahead and see that last stock one more time here. I want to see what ended up happening. Oh, he just ended up dodging.
No,
up.
that was from the previous.